TradeTheNBA.com. This is John's reports for the 6th. Well, we came all the way down to the 61% and found recovery. A little bit of it, of course, some of this was claimed to be the Supreme Court being very rough on the idea that Donald Trump has the authority to issue tariffs. So they turned that into the idea that, hey, those will all be overturned and easy money will be back and everything will be, kind and wonderful, but it doesn't change the reality of what those readings are, and it's still a continuation to the weak side. And all you did was basically support up. What you haven't done is dip down on the extreme histogram yet, but that's a problem. You see the exact same configuration here on the NASDAQ, and it's still not terribly attractive, though just at the 76%, and that's going to be an interesting battle going forward. The question will be whether or not Magenta can carry through to get over the yellow, and it doesn't look like it's about to happen at this particular stage. So treasuries, again, this is an idea that, there's going to have to be more and more easing going through. And it's just a reality of it. Without any change in oil, this is the biggest problem of all, despite the records and everything. Still not fading enough to really produce any significant growth early on. So that means it's all going to be moved into, now even the second quarter of next year. So you're looking at a ways wait. The euro, it's continuing its back and forth. Though I did see some fluff articles on how they think that the eurozone is about to resurge itself. Yeah, good luck with that. Germany and France, they're in a political nightmare. And if you don't think the politics of a country have anything to do with what happens economically, well, you're mistaken. Just look at America and the fact that you're in the middle of a shutdown. That's exactly what happens, and it has a ripple effect, and it's going to, because there's such a dependency. It's like they're trying to quit drinking, and they just pulled the rug out for all these people who depended on that daily fix, and they're not going to get it, and that's going to impact a lot of businesses all across, because it's a chain reaction. It's a sudden, unexpected event. From a gold standpoint, yeah, it's still in a positive buy configuration here. It's removed all of its pressure to the upside. So, as far as readings go, it's free to go any direction it wants. In this particular case, it looks like it's going to continue to go back towards the highs again. And, it's just a classic retrace to 50% move up. Nothing surprising. Cryptos are still struggling within this confine, because what's the incentive? Everything's been moved to AI now, so it's kind of lost their thrill. But it's still going to be a function of, risk on, risk off. They're going to move into crypto if there's a risk off period. And that's not the case at this particular time, because, you can just see from where the market is. If you see the market decline, you'll see, yes, crypto fade a bit with it, but it'll start to end up becoming, where people don't want to get back in, so they move to crypto to park the money. We used to see the same thing with gold and that, but now it's just easier to do it from that angle. So what happened was we had the NBI white lead, and then right at the end of the day, we started to get the magenta over white, and that was enough to start bringing up the negative from the dip all the way down here. And this was just that carry through where all the stops got hit. And once you cleared all the stops, there wasn't enough selling left at that point, and that gave buyers the opportunity to drive the short cover rally, and it continued. And this is pretty straightforward: magenta over yellow, and it stayed that way until what? Oh, yeah, right here. And what happened? Oh, yeah, right, we fell. Can't get any easier than that, and it's not particularly attractive either, because all of those dip below the red line means you're just going to revisit those lows. So, we still could be revisiting this low again even after the pump. So, but that's always the difficulty with it in a short situation. People see it as a buy opportunity, that there's discount, and there's no real discount. But at the time, I think there is, and it works. If you get out early enough, you're good. So intraday, that's what it looked like, and you can see that the selling has really picked up in the Asian session, and they're going to attempt their recovery here in the European session, but they're having a little trouble with that. That's the long and the short of it. Anything relevant, I'll put it on the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.